Hey, good day everyone. This is Voice from the Woods with Lad from the Woods. A voice from the wilderness, I'm sorry. A voice from the wilderness with Lad from the Woods. Getting all these names straight. Anyways, taking a little break. I'm doing some work around here, filling up my raised garden beds. But I've been listening to CNN here while I'm having my coffee and my smoke. Not cigarettes. Anyways, this Marjorie Taylor Greene, I mean, I've never seen a more ignorant, stupid cunt than her. So if you don't like bad language and stuff, then you probably want to turn away from here. I don't give a fuck what YouTube thinks about it or whether I make money on it or not. I want to tell everybody this woman is an absolute cunt, and she has no business being in the Congress. As fucked up as everybody is there, she's far more delusional. This cunt is comparing, okay, the people that died, the 6 million or more that died in the ovens in Auschwitz and so on, compared to people wearing a fucking mask. Marjorie Taylor Greene, are you like the dumbest cunt on earth? Like, you know, I got a lot of problems with Israel, what they're doing to Palestine. I've been saying to people for a while that they're doing exactly what the Nazis did to them in Warsaw and the ghettos there. Okay? Not a lot of difference. But we sure as fuck don't need a stupid cunt like Marjorie Taylor Greene saying stupid shit like this. I can't believe anyone, conservatives, middle, right-wing, left-wing. Holy fuck, that was a hummingbird. That's the first hummingbird I've ever seen here. Wow. My mother's got tons of hummingbirds. I'm sorry. He had a nice red belly on him. Fuck me. Anyways, this stupid cunt has no business being in Congress. Okay? Anybody that's supporting her in Congress are also stupid cunts or morons. Okay? You know, like, she can say a lot of things. That's her right. First Amendment, all the rest of it, and I fight to the death to support her right to do it. But to sit there in Congress and then tell people inaccurately, by the way, because I was one of the first COVID doubters out there. I still don't trust any government, whether it's Democrat, Republican, left, right, whatever, okay? But I'm telling you now, I've had 2 friends die of it, okay? Complications from it, more accurately. And I have watched now the Pfizer vaccine for the last year, studied it like to fucking death. And I didn't want the vaccine, but now after studying the Pfizer, seeing what's going on, yeah, it's I'm getting mine next Wednesday. And you know what? I mean, she is a selfish, self-centered cunt. It's all about her and promoting her bullshit, okay? I hope that you folks out there don't believe a word that woman is saying, okay? She's a moron and you deserve better than that, especially you folks in Georgia. You're a good bunch of people down there. But I don't know, maybe you didn't know what this cunt was about when you voted for her, or now you're seeing it, it's too late, she's already in. Whatever the case is. I mean, you know, I got no love for Lynn Cheney, but Lynn Cheney is at least a Republican and not a nutcase, okay? She's a lot of things, but she's not a fucking delusional nutcase, okay? You know, we have enough of those. Louis Gohmert, another delusional nutcase. McCarthy, I don't know if he's a delusional nutcase or he just doesn't even know the truth. He lies so much that he doesn't even know his own truth. But to get back to her, you know, people, you've got to stop this bullshit with them, okay? Like, we all want to get back to normal, party, and be free, just like she says. But sometimes, like in World War II, you know, they had to take away a lot of things to my grandparents and a lot of people that were fighting or were at home because, you know, we just didn't have it because we were fighting a war. Well, we're fighting a war again, but this time it's a vaccination, whatever war, okay? And, you know, I'm not an elite. I'm not a liberal. I'm a member of the People's Party, which means it's a class party. It's not about left or right. It's about lower, poor, middle-class people versus those rich elites that are stealing from all of us, left or right. Okay? And it's time we get together and tell these motherfucks that that's done. People like Marjorie Taylor Greene, though, okay, she ain't good for either side here, okay? And, you know, you get the average viewer now, which is more independents than anything else. They turn on the TV and they go, that's why I don't Republican, or that's why I don't vote Democrat, you know, so on and so forth. So, I mean, this woman is trash. Complete trailer, no, not trailer, because I'm trailer trash. She's just fucking trash, okay? Maggot infested, stupid fucking trash, okay? And I don't know how Congress can do it, but she needs to be censored, never allowed to speak until she's gone again. We could find somebody else to represent her district if it's necessary. Stacey Abrams, I guess, has done good for Georgia. I don't know, she's a Democrat, so I haven't paid close attention. I just see that she works her butt off or whatever she's doing. Anyways, fucking coffee's getting really cold quick out here today. There's a lot of wind and it's only plus 20 Celsius where I am. Big difference from the last 3 or 4 days, but it didn't slow the mosquitoes about. I got 8 pounds of DEET on me, muskal, and well, they're gone now. It's because I'm working in the back. So anyway, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the cunt. That's how I will describe her, as the cunt. Sorry for my language. If you don't like it, flip off. Okay? Sometimes there's just certain people that need language are streaming up to slap everybody in the face like, hey, come on, man. Like, even as a Karen goes, this lady is the worst. This cunt is the worst Karen that could possibly be. I know there's lots of Karens out there, you know, you could probably talk to and talk some common sense to them after a point or so. But this thing, no. I just don't even know how, you know, I guess her lies, people just bought into it. But hopefully, you know, other people other than CNN and MSNBC and Fox and all that bullshit, fucking, you know, it's one thing Trump was right, fake media, fake news, whatever. But, you know, like, you know, you folks out there need to go to other places, you know, and get your news somewhere where, you know, they're telling you the actual truth. Now, I rely on things like The Hill, which is kind of a right-wing thing, but they've got a left-wing show on there. I rely on the Real News Network. I rely on these little independent ones that tend to be conservative, and that's fine. And there's even news to be gleaned off of Fox, CNN, MSNBC, but you got to choose through it. Fox has a lot of things that need to be said and stuff. So, anyways, a lot of people describe me as a libertarian socialist. So, you know, I'm about helping people, but I'm also about the people being independent of government. I know that's like a back and forth thing, but some people need help and other people don't, and the other people that don't just stay out of their business, so long as they're not encroaching on others, right? Anyways, it's not about that, it's about the people's, it's about us, people. So, and people like her cannot be in government. It is that simple. She's mentally incompetent and delusional. There needs to be a way for Congress to do some sort of test, independent of Congress and government, that these people get tested for, I don't know, whether they're nutcases or whatever the case is. I'm sure that somebody's got tests out there that'll work, you know, and, you know, I know the people vote them in, but you've got to, you know, even before you vote them in, let's say, okay, you know. And I'm not saying about what they believe, like A, B, or C. I'm talking about whether they're just simple nutcases. And then you take it from there, you know. And I mean, if there's an obvious fact, if the color of the wall is blue and she's saying it red, that's when you know to turf her, okay? So I don't know how they do that. But Marjorie Taylor Greene, the cunt, okay? She needs to be run out of town, folks. I don't know how you're going to do it, but you need to run her out of town. Votes, yeah. But, you know, people like that have no business going in our government. As much as we all despise, well, most of us despise the government. I don't know. Censure. Just completely censure. Don't let her talk the next 2 years, whatever. You know, say, well, that's her First Amendment. Well, she broke the First Amendment there. I don't know, censor. I really hate censorship. I guess when you're in government, I guess, you know, you can censor them on the floor, and that makes something. Because she can still speak her bullshit outside, and nobody can say or do anything against that, and they shouldn't. But, you know, to compare masks to the Holocaust, you know, I have family that went over and died for that cause over there. And she insults my, you know, not my great-grandparents. My grandfather never died, but he fought over there. And other family members, great uncles, flew in the RAF when they were Canadian, but they flew in the RAF because there was no RCAF at that point, I think. Anyways, you know, she insults my entire fighting family. And you know what, Americans, because you know, Americans and Canadians, but I am a Canadian American. And, you know, you folks that had family that fought in that war, she's just spit on every one of them because you have family that went over and died for that cause. And she comes along and says, well, this is the equivalent to a mask? We fought a world war, for fuck's sakes. How in the fuck is that equivalent to anything that she's got to say? Especially over masks. You know, the mask trip is almost over. There's 15,000 people going to see, I think, a basketball game here shortly. You know, I think it's tonight. 15,000. Like, you Americans are far ahead of us Canadians. Well, it should be, because we have health care. Imagine that. Got nothing to do with our free health care. It's about distributing everything across this country. It's fucking hard when you're empty and, you know, you got 2-lane highways, not like the Americans with their freeways everywhere. But, yeah, no, I mean, guys, people, whatever, you know, how many people died in World War? I think there was close to 30 million Russians. There were, I don't know, wounded and killed, you know, untold millions of all the other countries, America, France, England, you know, all these people that fought against the Nazi aggression and Mussolini's fascism and not Tojo, but the Emperor of Japan. And she comes along and says, well, you know, 6 million Jews being put in the ovens there, and all these people dying trying to, you know, push the Germans back, rescue these people, all the rest of it. That's equivalent to we're being asked to wear a mask. You see, Marjorie, nobody tells you you have to wear a mask, okay? You have to wear a mask when you go in somebody's store, but you can sit at home or in your backyard. You don't have to have a mask, okay, you dumb cunt? And it's the girlfriend sending me one of those Instagrams. Anyways, this dumb cunt, you know, she compares these masks to that. You can take the mask off. America, in a couple of months, nobody's going to have to wear a mask once you all get your second vaccinations. And the rate you're going to have it done. So you might still have a summer. We're kind of iffy up here whether we're going to have a summer or not, but they are roaring here. But again, get back to this cunt, you know, like, I don't know. I mean, right wing or left wing, you got family that fought in World War II and went to these camps. I have an uncle that, uncle would be my great uncle because it's my grandfather. My great uncle was on Patton's army. Not Patton's. What the fuck was he? Anyways, he was in the concentration camps, and what they saw, he came back. You know, we couldn't pry it out of him until he was in his 80s, and he just talked to me and my father, because my father had not fought, but had been in, you know, in service on the Soviet Union border back in the 60s, but West and East Germany, so Soviet Union, whatever. But you know, my great uncle saw that shit, you know, and he was never the same. Tells my grandfather. You know, and, you know, I remember all the old, my Uncle Lee and my Uncle Norbert, all these people, you know, coming back, and when they did finally talk, you just like, holy fuck. We didn't have internet or video or TV. It wasn't on TV, you know. I was too young for the Nuremberg trials. My mother was alive for that, but there were no TVs in 1946. You know, well, there were, but just like maybe 10 people had them, you know. And my grandparents were one of the first, you know, to get a TV on their block. And that was the 1950s. Anyways, you know, the cunt is comparing all that. Like, you know, I realize people are younger now. I'm 58, a boomer, but I grew up studying World War II, lived with my family that fought in World War II and World War I, by the way, okay? And the Civil War and wars, God knows. I mean, our family was always have stepped up. But, no, man, this is just not cool, and I don't care if you're left or right. You know, you right-wingers and us left-wingers, well, us. Me, People's Partier, whatever the fuck we are, class people, lower class, middle class, working class, blue collar. Truck drivers, what I did for 30 years, and rode my Harleys. But that's about me. I don't care about that. What I am pissed off is, and it's really fucking pissed me off, that Marjorie Taylor Greene, the cunt, would insult my entire family, millions upon millions of people and family that died in that war, to compare the Holocaust to wearing masks. Like, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you are so fucked. Anyways, this is 15 minutes. I've got other things to do than talk about this douchebag cunt. Okay? It's coming up on 15s. If you like what I had to say, well then please like it. It helps me. Subscribe, you'll get more. And share, you know? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think so. But this time, she can shut the fuck up. Okay? But I'm not against censorship. I know it's fucked, but I mean, there's just, you know, you wake up in the morning and you go, maybe I shouldn't say this today. Yeah, it's my right to do that. But sometimes just because it's a right doesn't mean you do it. Okay? You guys and folks and everybody have a safe week. I hope all is going well in your household. It is here. And be safe, please, until all this shit's over. And then we're going to get to partying, okay? See y'all later.